Chapter 10. We are in Tulsa, Oklahoma on a Monday night, with the Warden and Lesnar having their long-awaited match, Ben said. Last week, Paul Heyman told Lesnar that he has to reveal some kind of truth to someone, but he didn't say who it was for, Isaiah said. What could it be? Oh, cover by Lesnar, Warden kicks out at 2, Ben said. Chants of Suplex City filled the arena. Will the Beast satisfy the crowd? Isaiah asked. I don't think the Beast cares about what the crowd has to say. He'll take you to Suplex City when he's ready to. Lesnar hooked the Warden's shoulders, throwing him behind him. Looks like the Warden got a free ticket to Suplex City, and Lesnar's not done yet, Isaiah said. Lesnar picked Warden up, placing him on his shoulders. Hey! Lesnar shouted to the ref. Get a table! The ref shook her head as the crowd booed. Looks like Katia Chapman denied the Beast his table, Isaiah said. She had long dark hair and dark skin with tattoos on her arms. F5 Dona the Apron? Ben said. Isn't she related to Roman Reigns? Isaiah asked. I believe so, Ben said. Reigns has a lot of cousins in the WWE universe. What's she doing here being a ref? She should be in the ring or something, Isaiah said. Gotta start somewhere, I guess. Oh, Warden throws Lesnar's spine first into the turnbuckle, Ben exclaimed. The two put an arm around each of his shoulder, locking each other up. They began trading blows, the crowd reacting to each one. Warden charged up for a really big punch, causing Lesnar to let go. Paul Heyman stood ringside, gesturing towards Lesnar. Tell him you need to tell him the truth, Heyman yelled. Whatever it is. I don't want to hear it, the Warden said. Shoulder charging the Warden, Lesnar tackled him to the ground. Lesnar going for the Kimura lock on the Warden. His vice-like grip has caused other superstars to tap out, with only one being able to break out of it, Ben said. Warden in pain, Isaiah said. You want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? Lesnar yelled. Katie held a mic near them. You think I was the one who ended your dad's career? The Warden tried to break out of the lock, but it was no use. Sure you want me to admit that I did it? It would be the easiest thing to hear, but unfortunately, I had to take him to Suplex City, and you know why? Confused, the Warden made an attempt to shake his head. Your father may have put on a face because he knew that his son was watching, but backstage, he was with the Brotherhood. The crowd reacted, booing. The Warden looked to Heyman, who looked solemnly back at him. Heyman took the mic. Sure you got your LA Knights, John Cena's, Stone Cold Steves, and your Rocks. I could go on about the many superstars that became famous. They are few in between when it comes to success, Heyman said. Your father became successful overnight, Warden. The crowd went silent. News footage played on the Tron. It was Sav, the backstage reporter. She stood solemnly in front of a camera dressed in black. She stood outside Wembley Stadium as people filed out. We are out in front of Wembley Stadium as fans are forced to evacuate. It isn't clear of what the cause was, but 22 WWE superstars lost their lives today during the live broadcast of Friday Night SmackDown. The Tron cut to a later event. A headline on a newspaper reads, Massive Inferno kills 22. WWE superstars. The Tron cut to black. Warden felt tears in his eyes. Lesnar freed him from the lock, both men bowing their heads in respect. Can't believe that was 10 years ago, the Warden thought. The fighters looked at each other, locking eyes. What do you want to do? Katie asked. Well, the Warden said, we don't really have a reason to fight each other, but since it's the WWE, let's finish this match in their honor because that's what they would have wanted. The crowd cheered as both men sprang into action, Warden hitting Lesnar with a powerful chop across the chest. I felt that one, Ben said. Honoring the fallen wrestlers with a match is definitely what they would have wanted, Isaiah said. Just then, Ray Parker and Vindicator entered the ring, the crowd booing. You want to go to Suplex City too, bitch? He yelled at the two. Lesnar went ringside, reaching under the ring. He pulled out about 11 chairs and 2 tables. Lesnar and Warden stacked the tables on top of each other with the chairs underneath. Vindicator tried to attack the Warden, but was met with a stunner, Warden putting him onto the bottom table. Lesnar picked up the Rev as if it was nothing. This is why the Brotherhood fears Brock Lesnar, Isaiah said. You don't poke the beast, especially Brock Lesnar. This man avoided the hit list of the Brotherhood. He must have had some really good luck on his side. I think that the bishop fears Lesnar if he did attempt to mess with him, Ben said. Lesnar carrying the Rev to the third rope, Ben said. F5 through both tables, both men of the Brotherhood are down, Ben exclaimed as the crowd cheered. 1, 2, 3! The fighters looked at each other, locking eyes. What do you want to do? Katie asked. Well, the warden said, we don't really have a reason to fight each other, but since it's the WWE, let's finish this match in their honor because that's what they would have wanted. The crowd cheered as both men sprang into action, Warden hitting Lesnar with a powerful chop across the chest. I felt that one, Ben said. Honoring the fallen wrestlers with a match is definitely what they would have wanted, Isia said. Just then, Ray Parker and Vindicator entered the ring, the crowd booing. You want to go to Suplex City too, bitch? He yelled at the two. Lesnar went ringside, reaching under the ring. He pulled out about 11 chairs and 2 tables. Lesnar and Warden stacked the tables on top of each other with the chairs underneath. Vindicator tried to attack the Warden, but was met with a stunner, Warden putting him onto the bottom table. Lesnar picked up the Rev as if it was nothing. This is why the Brotherhood fears Brock Lesnar, Isaiah said. You don't poke the beast, especially Brock Lesnar. This man avoided the hit list of the Brotherhood. He must have had some really good luck on his side. I think that the bishop fears Lesnar if he did attempt to mess with him, Ben said. Lesnar carrying the Rev to the third rope, Ben said. F5 through both tables, both men of the Brotherhood are down, Ben exclaimed as the crowd cheered. 1, 2, 3! This has turned into a 2 vs 2 match? Isaiah asked. I think so, Ben said. The Brotherhood. And the Brotherhood better focus on taking care of loose ends and pedigree from Warden to Vindicator. Vindicator rolled out of the way as Lesnar tried to curb, stomped on his ribs. Vindicator rolled too fast, hitting his head on the ring post, knocking him out. Taking the advantage, Warden went for the pin. And your winner is Brock Lesnar and the Warden. The crowd cheered as the ring cleared. Then, Raven's theme hit the speakers. A few minutes into the theme, Raven came out of the rafters, flying around the ring. Noticing one of the fan signs, it read, Raven sucks. Grabbing it, she ripped it in half, giving it back to the fan, causing the crowd to fill the arena with more boos. She landed in the middle of the ring, folding her wings, grabbing a mic. So, Raven began, the Brotherhood has finally landed in the city of Tulsa. The crowd booed. Oh, come on, does anything even happen in this city? No, I figured. She pointed to the ceiling. We got some business to take care of. Oh my God, Isaiah said. What sadistic plan does the Brotherhood have? Well, stick around to find out, Ben said. That's if I don't get killed first, Isaiah said. Since we didn't get any other responses from the rest of you ladies, unfortunately I have my marching orders. I'm scared to ask what those are, Ben said. We have plans for you all, and here's what we have decided to do to make this easy on all of us. She paused for dramatic effect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my hell, she said as something began descending from the ceiling. What the hell? Oh, pun intended, by the way. I thought we already had a Hell in a Cell, Isaiah said. Round 2. The cell hungers for more, Ben said. How much more does it want? Isaiah asked. Until it is satisfied. The cell slowly came down, revealing all of its hellish glory. Raven stood there, removing part of her mask. She had a sadistic smile across her face as the cell surrounded the ring. Crew members came out, pinning the corners of the cell to the ring. There it is, the unforgiving cell, Isaiah said. The cell was about 20 feet high, made of chainmail, and had bars that made up the cell door. Once the fighters are in, the official will seal them in. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. There are no disqualifications. The following match is the Hell in a Cell match, Monty began. There are no disqualifications or countouts. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Introducing the challenger. It is the mad artist herself, Animator. Animator looked like she had just been dipped into several colorful paint cans. She's gonna fight like this? Raven thought. This is gonna be easy. She didn't even wait for the bell to ring. She attacked Animator, going for the pedigree, slamming her into the mat. Animator got up, attempting to shoulder tackle Raven, only to get a Samoan spike. Samoan spike from Raven, Asia said. What is she going to do to the mad artist? She said that she is going to make examples of those who go against the Brotherhood and its cause, Ben said. I know that, but they haven't been clear of what that cause is. Sure, they want to rule the WWE universe, but they're always mentioning the cause. Maybe Sav might know something. She's a reporter, Isaiah said. Ooh, Samoan spike from Raven again as she reaches under the ring to grab something. A few minutes later, Raven came up with a red paint can. She drove it into Animator's stomach, sending her flying. Oh my, Raven hits Animator with the paint can, taking a hit to her spine, Ben said. Lariat from Raven, she's gonna put Animator into an armbar. Animator tapped the mat, the bell ringing as Raven came out victorious. The next few matches with Black Ice Blizzard, Mankind, Iron Maiden, and Nightshade went similarly to the first one, quick and fast. Claire Nation came out, wearing her royal attire, which included an iridescent crown with red and gold robes. She was followed by her procession of important people, all equally dressed like royalty. So, Raven began, the Queen of the Byron sector decides to face against the Almighty Brotherhood. The crowd cheered, fans holding signs with the crown on them. A little girl dressed like Claire Nation waved to her in the crowd, causing her to smile. Well, what do you expect me to do? I watched you go through half the women's roster, but there's one woman that you can't touch, and it's the WWE Women's Champion, Princess Zelda, and that bothers you, doesn't it? Claire Nation held Raven's gaze. That doesn't matter to me. Claire Nation, you are my friend still, right? Raven asked. It depends on the next choices you make, Raven. Oh, Raven, what a shell of your former self you have become. You could join our cause, Raven said. Cause? Claire Nation questioned. What cause? That's all you talk about in your promos. The Rev preaches about it whenever he's in the ring, and to be honest, it's getting real annoying. I can't stand to hear you talk about the cause, whatever the hell it is. Do you even know what the cause is? Raven paused, thinking. Oh, Claire Nation said, her eyes twinkling. You don't know, do you? She reached over, bonking Raven a couple times on the head. If there's anything left in there, I really don't want to do this. I've come to know you over long late-night conversations. Hell, we did everything together. I don't want to end on bad terms. She put her hand out, waiting for Raven's answer. Raven turned her back to Claire Nation. I'm sorry, Claire. Unfortunately, I must do what must be done. If you're not with us, then you're an enemy. The crowd booed as Katie Chapman locked the cell door. Claire Nation started running towards Raven. Claire Nation starts the match off with a disaster kick, Raven hitting the cell wall, Ben said. The links of the cell wall swung into themselves, the sound echoing through the arena. Raven gathers herself, but she's gotta watch out for Claire Nation, Isaiah said. Anything can be a weapon in the cell. Even the cell can be used as one. Claire Nation eyeing the padlock of the cell door, Ben said. Chapman did a good job of making sure that padlock stays in place, but, she forgot to lock the rest of the cell as Claire Nation uses it to her advantage, Isaiah said. Throwing the chain aside, Claire Nation plans her next attack, Raven standing ringside, Ben said. Raven lifted up a part of the ring, only to appear with something small and silver in her hand. What is that? You see that, Isaiah? I think I did. It's a ball of titanium, and I think she's going to use it on Claire Nation, haymaker to her head, knocking her out. Raven turned to the commentator's desk. This is what happens to those who get in our way. Oh no, Isaiah said. Raven plays with her friend's carcass. Another haymaker to Claire Nation for good measure. Just then Raven went ringside, grabbing something else. Oh boy, Isaiah said. What's she going to do with those handcuffs? Probably nothing good, Ben said. Raven carried an unmoving Claire Nation over to one of the ring posts, attaching one end of the cuffs to it with several clicks. She attached the other cuff to Claire Nation's arm, locking the cuff. Raven gets Claire Nation to a vertical base. That sadistic smile is back again, Ben said. Why, Raven? Why do you have to do this? Someone should ring the bell. The match is over, Isaiah said. Not if the cell can help it, Ben said. Raven grabbed a few more things, a can of red paint, a kendo stick, a strap, and Claire Nation's robes and crown. She faced Claire Nation towards the audience, placing the robes on her. She took the crown and all its shiny jewels and dipped it into the red can. The crown was covered in crimson red paint. She placed the crown atop Claire Nation's head, the red paint leaving streaks as it dripped onto the robes. She looked towards the commentator's table again. This your queen? Isn't she amazing? That's just disgraceful. A sign of disrespect to the queen of the Beerin system, Ben said. She can't defend herself. Katie should end the match, Isaiah said. Raven grabbed the kendo stick, placing it in her hand. I don't think Raven will let her end that match. She wants to drag this out, perhaps to show the Rev that she is loyal to the cause, Isaiah said. There's your all-powerful queen, locked up in this cell, Raven said towards the announcer's table. Taking the kendo stick from her hand, she red-eyed herself.
Oh my God!
I think I saw that stick splinter already, Isaiah said. She's gonna be feeling that one tomorrow, that's for sure, Ben said. Wait, what is Raven doing? She's hanging on the roof of the cell. Oh my God, it's what the hell? Powerbomb onto Claire Nation. I get it that Raven wants to send a message to the other wrestlers, but Claire Nation isn't able to defend herself, Ben said, especially after that impact of the powerbomb. To add insult to injury, Isaiah said, Raven bowing, mocking the queen. Don't you think Raven has some mercy left in there? Ben asked. I don't think so. I don't even know if she remembers who her best friend is. Just then, there was a commotion in the crowd as someone in a long white coat with red, gold, and blue came quickly down to the ring. Oh my God, Isaiah exclaimed. It's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The crowd erupted as Cody made his way around to the cell door. What is he doing here? He won't be able to get in there, Ben said. I think he has other ideas of getting in, Isaiah said. Ripping the door off its hinges, Cody made his way into the cell, surprising Chapman and both women. Claire Nation starting to open her eyes, but she couldn't really do anything. Raven turned to Rhodes, eyeing him. I don't want to hurt anyone, Rhodes said. Raven taunted him, then clotheslined him. Rhodes is angry, Isaiah said. Rhodes picked Raven up, taking her to the top rope. What's he gonna do? Isaiah asked. Rhodes jumped off the ropes, spinning through the air, coming down onto the mat and drove her face into it. Getting up, Rhodes stepped back, Raven on the mat. And your winner is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, Monty exclaimed. Cody disappeared behind the curtain as the cell was removed. A few minutes later, he came out wearing a gray suit, the fans cheering for him. It's been a little while since we've seen the American Nightmare in a WWE arena, Ben said. And look how good he still looks, Isaiah said. How many years has it been since we've seen him? Only 2, Ben said, although he does look more muscular than ever. Cody stood on the third rope, hyping the fans up. This was his moment. So, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Fox Center Arena, Cody said as the crowd cheered. What do you want to talk about? There's lots of things we could talk about after the display that we just saw from the Brotherhood. Or, he paused. We could talk about the fact that it is good to be back here again. Here in front of you, in this ring. The crowd cheered, breaking into chants of his name, Cody Rhodes. He let them carry on for a bit longer before continuing. How many superstars have to suffer under the rule of the Brotherhood? For years, we have watched the Brotherhood take more than titles from superstars. We watched them take lives, devastating the families of the lives they took, all because they wanted to stay on top. The arena erupted with boos as the Rev came out in his black suit, facing Cody. Cody Rhodes, the Rev said. It's been a while. How long have you been away from the ring? 2 years. What exactly are you gonna do now that you're back? There was a pause as the men stared each other down. Listen, Cody, the Rev said. You completed your story. You got your dream of going to WrestleMania. Hell, your dad is smiling down at you because you did what he couldn't do. You have it all. The arena cheered, people chanting Cody's name. Cody nodded. You're right. I could reach her early. I could keep the book closed, maybe read it a few times. He paused, looking around the arena. However, I have had it with being a bystander, watching as you and the rest of your lackeys hurt and take the lives of potential superstars, just because you didn't want to share with others that worked their way up, only to get it all taken away from them. The arena was silent, people talking amongst themselves. If you're going to get in our way, we'll take you out, just like how we took Claire Nation out and all those other women. There's Ray Parker and Vindicator, Cody's outnumbered, Ben said as the 2 members started attacking Cody. Just then, Duncan and Link entered the ring. Cody's got back up, making it even. It has turned into a 3v3 tag team match, Ben said as Parker clotheslined Duncan. Getting up from the mat, Duncan made his way over to Cody, only to get his leg grabbed by the Rev. "Wait a minute!" Isaiah exclaimed. The Rev wasn't tagged in yet. Parker was distracted with Duncan. "I think he did that on purpose," Ben said, but Chapman doesn't notice. Just then, Chapman looked over at the commotion happening. "Hey!" She ran over as Rev let go, only to tag Vindicator in. "Duncan better capitalize on this, and he does as the reigning champion Link gets tagged," Isaiah exclaimed, the crowd popping off. The arena is buzzing with energy as all 32,385 fans in attendance welcome Link back. Link and Vindicator trade jabs back and forth with each other, trying to push each other towards their teammates. Vindicator makes a dive only to meet a reverse by Link belly to belly as both men hit the mat, Link rolling Vindicator into a pin. Katie counted 1, 2, 3. "And your winner," Monty began, "of the tag team is the champion, representing the tag team of Duncan and Cody, Link.